Ever wondered what it was really like to be a Roman soldier? Forget the glorious battles you see in movies. The reality was a grueling, disciplined, and often shockingly strange daily routine. Let's peel back the layers of history and uncover the truth. First, forget sleeping in. A soldier's day started before sunrise with a blaring trumpet call. No snooze button here. First order of business. A strict inspection. Your gear, your weapons, your uniform, everything had to be spotless. A single rusty spot on your sword could earn you a harsh punishment. These guys were perfectionists, and for good reason. Their lives depended on their equipment. After inspection, it was time for training. I don't just mean a light jog. We're talking hours of brutal drills. Marching, for one, was a core skill. Soldiers were expected to march 20 miles in 5 hours, all while carrying a pack that weighed up to 100 pounds. This pack, called a sarsana, contained everything they needed. Rations, cooking gear, a shovel, a saw, stakes for building a camp, and of course their weapons. Imagine hiking with the weight of a person on your back every single day. It wasn't even the hardest part. They also practiced mock battles with weapons that were deliberately heavier than their actual combat gear. The idea was that when a real fight broke out, their standard swords and shields would feel light as a feather. Genius, right? But a soldier's job wasn't just about fighting. In fact, most of their time was spent on something else entirely: construction. Roman soldiers were the ultimate engineers. Wherever the army stopped, even for a single night, they built a fortified camp from scratch. They would dig a massive ditch, build an earthen wall, and erect a wooden palisade on top. Every soldier had a specific job, and they could build these mini-forts in a matter of hours. This is how Rome conquered the world, not just with swords, but with shovels. They also built roads, bridges, and aqueducts, many of which are still standing today. So next time you see a Roman ruin, remember that it was likely built by soldiers in between their grueling marches and training sessions. Now, what about their diet? It was functional. The main staple was a type of wheat gruel, or hard bread. It was packed with carbs for energy, but pretty bland. To supplement this, they'd get rations of cheese, bacon, vegetables, and a sour wine mixed with water called pasca. It sounds gross, but it was actually a practical way to kill bacteria in the water and stay hydrated. Forget lavish Roman feasts. For the average legionary, meals were simple, repetitive, and all about fuel. What might surprise you is how soldiers spent their downtime. They weren't just polishing their armor. Gambling was a huge part of camp life. Dice games were incredibly popular, even though they were technically forbidden. Soldiers would bet their pay, and sometimes even their equipment, on a roll of the dice. They also visited bathhouses when available, which were a central part of Roman social life. And of course, there was mail. Soldiers wrote letters home on thin wooden tablets, giving us a fascinating glimpse into their personal lives. They complained about the food, missed their families, and gossiped about their officers. Not so different from today, really. But here is a shocking fact. Roman soldiers were unallowed to get legally married while in service. This policy lasted for centuries. It was believed that a family would distract a soldier from his duties. Of course, that didn't stop them from forming relationships and having children with local women. These unofficial families often lived in settlements that sprang up just outside the forts. Life as a Roman soldier was a world of extremes. It was a life of incredible hardship, discipline, and routine. But it also offered steady pay, a pension, and the chance for Roman citizenship upon retirement for non-citizens. They were builders, engineers, and fighters who built an empire that shaped the world. The next time you think of a Roman soldier, remember the man behind the helmet? The one who marched 20 miles before breakfast and built a fortress before dinner? Thanks for watching. If you found this journey back in time fascinating, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more dives into history. See you next time.